Olá, meu nome é André Percia, eu sou coach master trainer em programação neurolinguística, hipnoterapia, coach, psicólogo clínico. E eu vou apresentar para você aqui um vídeo que vai fazer uma diferença muito grande na sua vida. Mas eu queria te pedir, primeiro, para você se inscrever aqui no canal e ativar o sininho para que você receba notificações dos próximos vídeos, pois vamos ter muitos vídeos em breve sobre muitos assuntos muito interessantes. Vou pedir que você compartilhe com as pessoas que você acha que vão se beneficiar de alguma maneira com esse tipo de trabalho e vou pedir que você me ajude e dê um like para mim aqui, né? E visite aqui o nosso site abaixo. Sucesso! Obrigado por estar aqui. E vamos fazer uma diferença nas nossas vidas.
Hello everyone, this is André Percia. I'm going to interview Dr. Stanley Krippner. Stan is a good friend of mine and he's one of the living legends of psychology, parapsychology, and studies of consciousness. I'm going to start asking him what he thinks about hypnosis. Is hypnosis something good to be used for psychologists? Does he think about self-hypnosis? What are his impressions about the subject? And it's an honor for me to have him here talking about those subjects, because Stan is one of the most celebrated professionals in his field. He won very important prizes and this is making a difference.
Hello everyone, this is André Percia and I am very happy for being here again in this channel with my friend and mentor, Dr. Stanley Krippner. Stanley is a unique figure in psychology and in the field of researching human potential. He's related to psychology, parapsychology, and hypnosis, and he has been doing lots of things around the world forever. And I thought that I could ask him to give us his impressions on hypnosis. What is he thinking about hypnosis? Because some clinical psychologists, as myself, we use hypnosis as a tool so that people can treat clients and other people practice self-hypnosis. And I'd like to ask him what he thinks about that, if he thinks it's something good for people in general, for psychology. What are your impressions about the using of hypnosis?
Well, it's always a pleasure for me to talk about hypnosis because I have been involved in hypnosis for over 70 years as a student, as a researcher, and as a practitioner. I think the first thing that's important to note is that hypnosis is part of the human potential. It's part of our evolutionary nature to respond to suggestion. This goes back to the early healers who would prescribe medicines, herbs, rituals, saying, you will get well if you take this medicine. Now, some of the medicines were very effective, even by today's standards. Others were completely worthless. But they worked anyway because of what we call the placebo effect. People wanted to please, they wanted to get well, so they pulled upon their inner resources to not only comply with the shaman or the other healer, but to help themselves. So hypnosis has a very long evolutionary history. Now, we come up to the 21st century, and we find that there is an international network of people doing hypnosis. And you ask, is hypnosis worthwhile? Look at the evidence. There are literally thousands of experiments from many parts of the world. Yes, hypnosis does work. And more than that, hypnosis works better than medication for many, many problems.
What are the problems that with hypnosis tend to work better?
Yes. For example, for depression, in the United States, it's very common for a doctor to give medication. You are depressed, maybe you have bipolar disorder, take this medication and you will get better. Well, yes, the medication does have active ingredients that will lift a person's mood, but the medication also has unfortunate side effects. Now, let us say that the doctor uses hypnosis. We're going to use hypnosis and use your own inner resources to pull you out of depression. Believe it or not, hypnosis works just as well as medication with no side effects.
That's a good thing.
Now, there is so much evidence of hypnosis that works for depression, anxiety, even post-traumatic stress disorder, various types of pain, different types of surgical operations when you cannot use anesthesia. The evidence is overwhelming. The surprise to me is why hypnosis is not working more often, why more people are not taking advantage of hypnosis. You mentioned self-hypnosis. Yes, a qualified practitioner can teach a client how to hypnotize themselves and tell themselves they're getting well, to visualize the immune system getting stronger and stronger and stronger and getting better and better and better. So, at last count, there are at least 50 common problems, medical, psychological, psychiatric, where hypnosis has been proved to be effective.
And about the ones who want to work with hypnosis, who want to become hypnotists,
Yes.
what do you think is the best approach so that people can learn hypnosis? Because nowadays stage hypnosis is becoming very famous, and people think that hypnosis is kind of doing all that stage tricks.
Yeah.
But what are the pieces of advice you could give to those who want to study hypnosis? Should they be careful? How much time do you think they need to prepare to be really effective hypnotherapists? What are your impressions about it?
Absolutely. In the first place, it's very easy to learn hypnosis, but it's very hard to use hypnosis correctly. This is why training is important. In the United States, we have 3 societies that are professionally organized to teach people, practitioners, how to use hypnosis. I'm a member of all 3, and I know that the qualifications have to be very high, the training has to be very intense, you have to have supervised practice, and then you get a certificate that qualifies you to use hypnosis. In addition to the professional schools, there are what we call lay schools for hypnosis, for people who are not doctors, who are not psychologists, who are not psychiatrists, learn hypnosis for common problems such as anxiety, stopping smoking, focusing on concentration. But even those societies do have rigorous training programs. I'm not a member of those societies because they're not professional, but I don't object to them because most of their people are still doing some good work. So the point is that hypnosis requires training. It requires supervision to be used effectively and to be used for the maximum benefit of the client.
That's fantastic. And finally, I would like to ask you, what message could you give to those people who are now starting with hypnosis? They want to work with that practice. They want to help people using hypnosis and other altered states of consciousness. What kind of advice would you give to people in general who want to do that?
Oh, yes, good advice would be, first of all, you have to fight the stereotypes. A person might say, I don't want to have somebody control my mind. I don't want a hypnosis to tell me what to do. That's not how hypnosis works. Hypnosis helps you yourself pull upon your inner resources. All hypnosis is basically self-hypnosis. You are agreeing to work with a hypnotist to help yourself. Even stage hypnosis, as you mentioned, people are not forced to come up on the stage. They do it on their own free will for purposes of entertainment. Well, again, I don't object to this, but please don't let that be your standard of hypnosis. This is entertainment. That's a different world. For therapeutic hypnosis, medical hypnosis, dental hypnosis, psychological hypnosis, find a good way to learn, find an accredited teacher or organization, and then follow all of the rules. Most important, read the literature. There are some very good journals of hypnosis. The Journal of the International Society for Clinical Hypnosis, the American Journal of Clinical Hypnosis, and that brings you up to date on all of the new advances in hypnosis, all of the research that's being done. So if you're going to be a professional, number one, you have to make sure that your intent is pure. You're out to help people. You're not out to become famous. You're not out to control people. You're out to help people as a dentist, as a psychotherapist, as a physician, or as another helping professional. Number two, you need to have the highest ethical standards.
Yes.
Of course, there are scandals of people who use hypnosis to sexually seduce people or bring people to give them a lot of money. Those people are criminals. Those people should be put in jail. That is something you must avoid, of course, at all costs. And third, follow up. Follow up. Even if you just have one session, follow up the next week and find out how the person is doing. Maybe the person needs some refreshing courses. Maybe the person had anticipated a problem that didn't exist. Maybe the family is objecting to hypnosis. So follow up is also important.
Okay, Stanley, thank you very much for this wonderful contribution, and I'm sure everyone's going to enjoy your wise words about hypnosis. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Se você gostou desse trabalho, desse vídeo, se você aprendeu alguma coisa, se sente diferente, talvez você esteja se perguntando como eu posso ter acesso a materiais ainda mais profundos, mais profissionais. Eu há muitos anos desenvolvi um site que se chama ressignificando.com, onde nele eu tenho induções gravadas em estúdio ou gravadas de forma profissional, mesmo que não em estúdio, onde nós desenvolvemos um programa estruturado para vários objetivos diferentes. Temos programas para melhorar a sexualidade, para garantir resultados no trabalho, para aliviar sintomas como emagrecimento, estresse, uma série de outras coisas assim. São dezenas e dezenas de produtos em áudio, de cursos online, de e-books, onde nós usamos a programação neurolinguística, o coaching e a hipnoterapia de uma forma objetiva, fácil, orientada para inúmeros casos e situações. Então eu quero te convidar para acessar aqui o ressignificando.com. É só você vai encontrar aqui o link para te levar para lá e descobrir coisas muito mais profundas e profissionais e bem diferentes que não estão aqui nesse canal de vídeo, que são exclusivas do ressignificando.com, que é um trabalho profissional e diferenciado. Vai lá e faz a diferença na sua vida. Eu te aguardo.